studio, we're talking about monochromatic paintings. So we're getting out our color wheel. We're going to learn some stuff. Let's get started. Okay, so we have our color wheel. Okay, don't look at mine because mine is covered in paint. Sorry. And a monochromatic painting means it's painted with one color and white and usually black. So if you had, let's say we were going to paint something in blue, okay, you have all the shades of blue on here, okay, so you'd have all those different values. So how does that work? How do I make something monochromatic, give it form, and I'm only using one color in white and black? Well, one thing you have to learn, you have to understand that there are values in every single color. Now this is just blue with a little white added to it, and a little more white added to it, and a little more white added to it. And then I have painted a box, a cube that has light, a mid-tone, and a full-on blue. So you can, and I'm going to give you some examples here in a minute, you learn to paint something with form with only one color and white and possibly black. Okay, let's look at some examples here. This is called Eleutherian College, and it's in Indiana. And I was over at a place called Streamcliff, and on the way there I passed this building. Well, I pulled off and I took photographs of it, and so I always wanted to paint it. Well, then a couple of years ago, some art friends online that I've never actually met in person, but we're friends online, we had a challenge to do a monochromatic painting using one color, white and black. So that's what I did here. Now, having said that, I'm not sure I cheated. Maybe. But underneath here, when I toned, this is a masonite panel, and when I toned this, I toned it with burnt sienna, like a terracotta color. And so some of that warmth is showing through, but it's not in the painting. It's in the back. It's in the toning of the piece. But you can see that, okay, so the light's coming from over here. This side of the building is lighter. This is the other side, and you can see that where it gets darker, that's where the other side of the building. Okay, so, and the same thing in the cupola. This side is darker than this side here. And so I just used various shades of the blue with some black to make the bricks, to give it that textured look. But honestly, there's only three colors here: the blue, the white, and the black. Now this one here truly blew me away, because I'm trying to get a bird and is turning his neck and all of that, and then the wood. I was thrilled with how this came out. So it is just the three colors of the blue, the white, and the black. I used a lot of black as I darkened those wings, as I created the tail. In the wood here, there was a lot more black. And where the highlights were, I added more white. I never used solid white. I don't ever use solid white because it's too chalky, and I don't ever use solid black because it's too cold and harsh. So every time you see some white, and this is really light, there might not have been much blue in it, but there was some blue. So if you'll just look at your subject and determine where's the darks and the lights, you'll be able to paint anything with just one color and white and black. So I want you to give it a try. I want you to see what you can come up with. Maybe start with something like an orange or a lemon, or an apple, something simple, a glass, a cup, something that doesn't have a ton of work in there, but you can learn something from it. Paint it on freezer paper. When I'm practicing, I roll out a big piece of freezer paper, yes, from the grocery store, and I just practice what I'm trying to learn on that. It's very smooth, the paint is slick and it moves on there, and it's something I haven't got any money into hardly, so I don't feel guilty. A lot of times people, well, I don't want to practice on a canvas or a good watercolor paper. Well, okay, practice on freezer paper and just over and over and over again, and you will learn so much by doing that. So anyway, I hope that this has been informative for you today. My goal, as always, is to help every beginner painter learn good art fundamentals so that they can improve their art journey immediately. Have a great day. Let's paint together real soon.